When we introduce sports to our children, we hope they have fun and we really want them to succeed. But sometimes we can go overboard, and that can not only impact your child's performance, it can ruin their love of the game. Joining us today is UAB psychologist Dr. Josh Claypo to explain where that line is. And you mentioned I was using the word we, including me. So I think I can get some real good tips from you on this.
Yeah, and that's going to be one of my red flags. But this pressure, the impact that we see in the name of sports, in terms of pressure on our kids, it starts as early as age 3, it goes all the way through high school and college, and the psychological damage that we cause for our kids a lot of times is immense. In fact, 70% of kids who start a sport will quit by the time they're 13. They'll say that it's not fun, and usually it's due to pressure, very often pressure that we're putting on our children, undue pressure that's causing damage.
Okay, so what kind of pressure are you talking about?
Okay, I got 4 things,
Okay.
4 red flags, and if this is you, and you got to be honest with yourself, you are causing more damage than good to your child. Number 1, their sport becomes your sport, and this is, we start using the word we. Unless you're coaching your child officially, you should not be talking about we winning, we're losing, we did good, we need to do more work, because now you're wrapping up your presence in your child's sport.
And they can notice that.
They can notice it,
Okay.
and it speaks to your mindset. So it's not about you, it's not about we, it's about them. That's number 1. Number 2, your value of yourself cannot be enmeshed with your child, meaning if your child succeeds, you should be happy for them, you should feel great. But you can't see yourself as a success because your child is successful. Flip it the other way.
Okay.
When your child fails, you cannot see it as you have failed because they have failed. It's way too enmeshed, and it creates psychological damage. Third red flag, it's related, is your mood cannot be rested on their shoulders. Meaning, if your child wins, everybody's happy. If your child loses, they can be upset. You better be able to re-regulate your mood and not stay upset and irritated and snarky for the rest of the day or the week. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. And that kind of pressure on your child is not appropriate. Last one, my kid's got a shot at the big leagues, or my kid's going to be. Look, you may have an elite athlete, but if your expectation even a little bit is my child will get the college scholarship or will hit the pros, you are putting pressure on them that is not realistic, because the vast majority of kids absolutely will not get college scholarships or make it to the pros. And when you say that my child's going to be different, again, you're putting the damage and the pressure on them.
What about for some parents who say, my kid is going to be an NFL player, or my kid's going to get a college scholarship, and they say that they're setting a big goal to try to encourage them because they see the potential?
Wrong. Damage, pressure. It's not appropriate.
This-
Absolutely not appropriate, because
Okay.
again, that's an unrealistic expectation. If your child wants to do that, if that's coming from your child, great, support it.
Support 'em,
But you
okay.
do not put it. And here's the thing. We've all done these things. We have all done these things. We've all thought these things. But if this is the way that you are interacting with your child, I can tell you 2 things. 1, the psychological damage, but 2, your child is not going to excel in their sport. So the very thing that
thinking
you may
about that
want,
pressure.
you're ruining in that way too.
All right, Dr. Josh, you've given us a lot to think about.
Thanks,
As
Mark.
always, we appreciate your expertise and look forward to next week.
Thanks.